My name's Chika Eloy, and I am the Senior Director of Strategic Global Talent Management at BCD Travel. And so what that means is I get to coordinate all of the talent initiatives here, from development to recruitment, and we have about 13,000 folks all around the world in over 97 countries, they say, and that's wholly owned. The challenges that we face at BCD are not unlike a lot of the major corporations that are out there right now. It's a saturated and very competitive talent market. I think the biggest challenge that we're facing as a company right now is our workforce that is aging. And so what we're really concerned about, and what the CEO keeps turning to us and saying, who are going to be our next generational leaders and where are we going to pull them from? So to develop the next generation of leaders in our organization, we have to put in place programs that are going to build them up. And so what we've been doing now is really intentionally focusing all of our development efforts on the succession planning of our next generational leaders. After doing an investigation around a number of different vendors, eCornell, for me, as the designer in trying to generate and develop this program, eCornell was the most flexible. Not only did they provide great content, but we were able to design what we needed to meet our needs through their offering. That's massive, because an off-the-shelf offering is good, but to be able to then use it as, Play-Doh for us is even better. So some of the competencies that we were really looking at were emotional intelligence, managerial courage, coaching and developing others, and then some basic hard skills as well that are sometimes overlooked, from finance, understanding budget, all the things a senior leader would want to do with their organization. The Cornell brand was an easy pick for us and an easy win for us to sell to our business because it is known across all the different cultures of our work. Cornell University is a household name no matter where you are in the world. So if you're in Singapore, you know who Cornell is. When we sold it to our folks in Europe, they knew who Cornell was. So it was a massive win for us as a business. When I took this program to the global executive team, which includes the CEO, the COO, and all of their direct reports, to say we're moving forward with a development program involving Cornell, they were in complete support. The reason was one, we were investing in our existing leaders, but two, this is such an attractive brand to put behind people that we want to develop into those executive positions. And when I demonstrated that not only was Cornell the most flexible of all of the universities out there, but also provided the content and tangible certifications, it was a hands down high five. We've had a number of these participants now go through and graduate using eCornell, and this morning I got the best email. It was from one of the graduates that has been sitting in a vice president position for over 10 years, and they just got promoted to senior level, senior vice president, which is fantastic. Not only for us in the talent management, but for him as an individual, knowing that what he's worked so hard for over the last year is coming to fruition. After taking the Cornell education, what I'm finding is our leaders that are stepping away as graduates now feel more efficacious in their work. And what that means is they're both competent and confident. They're confident in themselves personally, but they're competent more professionally now with the hard skills and soft skills that they learned through the program. I think the greatest value that our participants took out was the grit it took to get it done. It's a real self-accomplishment to know that you worked really hard at something that was really hard. and then you come away with a win, which is a certificate from an Ivy League school. I think the content was actually quite riveting for some of our senior executives that had not been in school for a while. In fact, some people really told me that they spent a lot of time on weekends, being very meticulous with their answer because they were being adjudicated by Cornell University professors. That's a big deal. And so they took a lot of pride and put a lot of hours and blood and sweat and tears into their work, so it wasn't just a walk in the park. What a massive win for them as individuals, but also for their careers here at the company. They really appreciate us investing in them. And so the return on investment there is, if we invest a little in you, you're now going to give us your loyalty and engagement for the next few years here at BCD Travel. Organizations sometimes think that the brand is what the marketing team puts out on Twitter, when we all know that it's the culture on the ground, it's the culture in the trenches that makes the difference. And so I think that when we invest in our people are going to be the brand that are on the ground and out in the workplace. And because of the success now, we're looking at this succession planning across the world and potentially now rolling this out globally for our organization. If you're considering going to Cornell for an eCornell certificate, I don't know why you're hesitating. As a company, you need to invest in your people. And eCornell is not only flexible, but the content is credible. And so for me, it's a slam dunk.